Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. As you can see, I am back in the shop. Last few videos I've been out in the field. We've been working, but now it is time for a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of love shown towards my John Deere A that's right behind me. The two things that I'm going to be focusing on today are I'm going to be pulling the 3-point hitch off of this. I actually put it on the tractor probably a year or two ago in a separate video, and I was happy that I put it on there thinking that it was going to be used a lot. And guess what? I have not used it once. And now with my new hydraulic lift plow, I want to use my Power-Trol unit here, which means I need to take this third point off because you can see that this right here is completely blocking access to that plug right there. So I'm just going to take the whole 3-point hitch off. We'll put it back up in storage, and hopefully I can get this Power-Trol working. I'm going to undo what I did in a couple of videos previous. I thought that just putting these quick connects off on the side would be great, but it doesn't do what I need it to do. So all of this is coming off. The second thing I got to do is the clutch. The clutch has some problems right now, and it may turn into a bigger job than I initially was thinking. Let me show you why. So the issue with the clutch is it's really, really loose. If I try to, it takes no pressure to engage and disengage that clutch. And I know that I can just tighten the 3 screws down in here, not screws, but the 3 nuts. There's some castellated nuts down in here that adjust the tension for the springs that clamp the clutch discs and the pressure plate together. That's not hard, but the problem is if I turn those screws from where they are right now in the super loose position, a quarter turn tight, then the clutch goes from being super loose to being so tight I can't even engage or disengage the clutch. So something is wrong down inside here, and I've got to figure it out. But the reason it might be a bigger job than I thought is because I don't have much clearance between my clutch pulley and my wheel right there. So I may need to move the wheel out in order to get this clutch pulley off, which I'm not too excited about because moving the wheels out is always kind of a bit of a chore. So anyway, I'm not going to start with this. I probably should start with this because the tractor is pretty much useless with a clutch that's this loose. If I try to pull anything or drive anywhere, the clutch is just going to slip. It's not even going to be able to move the tractor under any load. But I think I'm going to start with the 3-point hitch. Pull this off, put it back up into storage, and let's see if we can figure out this Power-Trol valve body right there. Based off of some feedback from some other viewers, I think that this is a Saginaw 3-point hitch setup. I think it's pretty well made, but the way that it is, this third link, it connects back to the axle housings here, and drops down to the drawbar. And at the drawbar, this is where these lift arms also connect. So everything kind of connects to this third point. So when I take this off, everything comes off. So let's just get to it and start depopulating. Just like that, everything is off, and we'll go throw that upstairs in the loft. Now, I'm going to pop these quick connects off, and then we'll just take off the pipe fittings that we have right there and put these plugs back in. gotta take this out. This is gonna spill everywhere, but then I can take that out and put the plug in. So then there. Hey. Whoa! You gotta move. You gotta move this in up. There's a little bit of pressure in there. But it missed me. Thank goodness. Okay. Done. Okay, so I'm inside of the manual right now, and I'm trying to show this. This is the pump, and the red, I've colored this in red. This is the pressure oil. So it comes out. This is your valve right here. When you move your handle up and down, it moves this kind of slider valve, I'm going to call it, up and down, and it lets oil travel through different passages. It looks like when you pull the handle back, it pushes this slider valve down, and it allows pressure oil in red to come out and go into the remote cylinder right here, to the remote cylinder. And now, when I have these plugs in, see, this is a plug rather than the hose. You can see the hose right here. When I have a plug in, oil, this isn't colored, but oil, when you push the handle forward, oil is going to try to go here into the bottom one, into the bottom plug, but it can't because it's closed off. So it bypasses and it goes up here to the rockshaft cylinder right here. I think it makes sense that right now I have plugs in there. And since I have plugs in there, the pressure is going to the rockshaft cylinder. If I remove those plugs and I put in kind of like a street valve or a street connection, then oil and pressure can get out to the remote cylinder. These are the plugs. If I loosen this, I'll need to get a pair of pliers and do that. Now, if I remove this, I should be able to slide this right in here and tighten it down, and this is, I believe, what I need to allow the oil to come out of this connection. I think that's all I got to do. And if I do that, then I've got pressure here and here to raise and lower my remote cylinder. These actually, I pulled them off of a parts tractor before we took it to the junkyard. In hindsight, I probably should have pulled off that pump too, but oh well. It's too late for that. I did pull these off, so we can slide these in and try it out. Oh man, come on. There we go. That one's loose. Let's try to loosen this one too. Oh, that one's not too bad. Okay. I might lose a little bit of oil here. Oh yeah. See, look at that. Let's slide this in. Oh, I forgot the shear clip. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's try that again. This is a shear clip that goes in that groove right there, and it holds everything in place, I believe. Now, so that still turns, it pivots, but that shear clip holds it from pushing out. Now let's take the bottom one off. Let's see, there's that clip. Same thing, has that hole in it. Let's put this in. Okay. See, so I think this is a little holder that bolts on this side right here that you can't see. And this holder, I think you put a cover over the top of this, tighten everything down, and then this sticks in here. And then you can carry these plugs with you so that if you ever are out in the field, you want to start using your 3-point hitch or your rock shaft rather than a remote cylinder or whatever you're hooked up to out here. You can do all of this in the field. I'm not going to worry about this because I do not have the covers that go over these plugs, and I just took the 3-point hitch off, so there's no need to carry these around. So I'll just save these over on the bench. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Well, for me, it's been several weeks since I was up here working on the A, but for you, it's just been a couple of seconds. But I just changed out the oil in this because when I was messing with the hydraulics previously, it seemed like the fluid was foaming a little bit, and so I was just worried that it had maybe had a little bit of water in it, or I don't know. So I just drained everything out of the pump. Well, the PTO is the pump, so I drained everything out of the pump and out of the valve body. Down here on the ground, it did look a little bit dirty and brown, so I'm glad that I changed that out. And I just topped it off with fresh fluid. I left this a little bit loose, and now let's go ahead and hook up the hydraulic cylinder. I just grabbed the hydraulic cylinder off of my plow outside. It's like 18 degrees, and so I don't want to go out in the dark and in the cold messing around with this. So instead, I just brought the cylinder inside. That was easy. I'm going to hook this up, then let's start up the tractor, and let's see if it works. Okay, this one at the bottom. That's tight. That's really tight. It's on. Oh. There. Got it. Those are tight. I'm hoping that we don't have a lot of oil leaking out around these connections right here. But we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see. Awesome. That is really cool. I am so happy. So I was really worried last time when I was messing around with this tractor trying to get it to raise and lower my plow that that hydraulic cylinder wouldn't work, but it's all because I had it plumbed wrong. So this is great. Let's shut this down and let's just hit my switch. Okay. You also may have noticed when I started the tractor that the starter is kind of not very happy. That's another thing I gotta fix, but all in due time. So I know I said that I was gonna fix the clutch in this video as well. However, I think that this is a good place to stop because we'll just do the clutch in a separate clutch only video dedicated to just the clutch. This one will just be dedicated to the hydraulics. Because there's also something else on the clutch that I need to repair. I have never seen a tractor. This is the brake pulley. This is the pulley brake. And I have never seen a tractor that has more slop in the brake than this one right here. So I've got tons of slop here. I've got tons of slop right here. All of the linkage has a lot of slop. The handle right here has a ton of slop. I mean, I can flop this back and forward. I mean, that's a good foot and nothing happens. So this, I mean, it's functional, but I have this over here. This is a pulley brake mechanism that I pulled off of a parts tractor a little while ago, and there's not nearly as much slop on this one. And so I'm gonna clean this one. I'll take this one home and I'm gonna clean it up, get it painted, and then I can come up and when I do that clutch, I will also take care of replacing that brake mechanism. I might also buy a new set of clutch discs as well. See how much those cost and get those delivered. And then we'll just take care of the clutch all on its own. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another video.